Alright, welcome back everybody. Today we've got part 2 of my fish tank upgrade. So today we're gonna cut some plastic. I borrowed a jigsaw from work so I can get this project done today, and I think I have enough time to do the whole install and everything, and I will take you guys with me and show you how I do it. And hope you guys are doing great and having a good week and happy gardening and good luck with all your projects. So let's get to it. And I'm not using the mount on my head on this video. Someone had mentioned that it was moving around so much that it was making them sick. So we're gonna try this on the tripod here. So let's get to it. Get you guys a little bit closer here. Angle the camera here. There, that'll work. Something like that so you can watch what I'm doing. So my idea on this was, rather than cut the whole top off, my little net will fit in here if I cut this inner portion out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this inner portion out, and then I can still utilize the threaded lid on here. At least for now. I may do something different later, but before I go past the point of no return, I'm going to try that and see if I can utilize it. So I'm going to go grab the extension cord because I forgot. I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. I got my extension cord. And I'm gonna, oh, this is, well, shoot, this may not even work. Maybe if I'm really careful. I don't know if you guys probably can't see it or not, but the jigsaw blade just barely goes down, so it may catch and try to bounce out. So I'm gonna try my best to do this without breaking anything. So here we go. Sorry about the noise. Alright, so this is going to be super loud. So I'm going to do this off camera and then we'll come back after I'm done. Alright, so here we are. We got the hole cut out. That was a pain in the butt. And it's really rough in here, so I'm going to get an X-Acto knife and I'm going to trim this around the edges here. Maybe I'll even get some sandpaper and sand it. Alright, here we go. Trim off some of this stuff. I probably could have cut through this with a knife. I'm using the X-Acto knife right now to trim off the excess, and I'm able to cut through the plastic and get just to make it nice and straight, or nice and even, I should say. Yeah, I'll do this off camera and then we'll come back when. Alright, we're back. We got it cleaned up, and now we can fit the net down inside there. Now I can use this to grab the fish. So this is going to work out just fine as far as leaving this the way it is. And then I can still use the lid. And voila, that'll be great. Alright. So the next thing we need to do here is we need to focus on the fish tank here, and I need to get the water out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a garden hose from this fish tank, because this is the one I'm going to eliminate today. And I'll run a garden hose out to my sump tank and see if I can pump the water from in here out there. So I'm going to go get the stuff ready and we'll come right back and we'll start on that. Alright, so here we are. I've got one of my many backup pumps, and we're going to put this adapter on here so that it'll fit on the garden hose, because this is too big right here. So I have a little adapter, which maybe I should test it. Test the threads on it, make sure it's even the right size. Yep, it is. So we'll put this on, and then have my garden hose ready. And then we'll just drop this in to the bottom of the tank here. Fish are down there wondering, what on earth am I doing? What is that thing you're putting in the water? That's big. Alright, now here we go. Now I only have enough room in my sump tank for probably 200 gallons. So we'll get as much of this in there as we can. Take this off here and I'll show you guys what I'm doing so you can see. So I got the pump down there at the bottom, and try to do this without covering up the microphone like I did yesterday or the day before. Had my finger over the microphone the whole time I was recording. So I've got garden hose in here. You can see the water coming out. So we'll just let this run for a while, and we'll come back and see how much of the water we got out. So see you in a minute. Alright, so the water level's dropped about 6 inches already. We're going to go ahead and start taking out the plumbing while the water's pumping out. You can see the 3 big fat fish at the bottom. They're my sole survivors. All the rest of them died off. So we're going to get the pipes out of there. I have these pipes in there for them to hide in. I'm going to get those out. One more back here. I'm probably gonna catch the fish and put them in my other IBC container over here, so they have a place to go, just in case I get to a point and I'm missing a part or something and I can't finish it today. If I don't finish this today, it'll have to be continued next week, because I'm really busy with work this weekend. And if you know me personally, you'll understand. So let's pull off the solid overflow, the solid lifting overflow. So here's what it looked like. Nice and green from algae. You can tell my Plecostomus is not in here because he would have cleaned all this stuff up. I got him in my other tank right now. And obviously I didn't glue any of these pipes in here because I figured if it was leaking, it's fine if it's leaking in the fish tank anyways. So everything's just put in there by hand. The hard part now is going to be getting out this drain. So I'm going to pause this and we're going to come back. While I have it paused, I'm going to go check out the sump tank and make sure it's not overflowing. Alright, so here we are, we're back. We've gone down a little over a foot. So we got about a third of the water pumped out of there. I got my water filtration system, my reverse osmosis uninstalled and removed, and I placed it over here. And then I took the front shade off and I got the drain removed here. So just cut this zip tie down here. Alright, now the drain is free. I'm probably going to cut this and then just add a connector to it just so I can get this out of the way. Maybe. But in the meantime, let's go check the sump tank. Try not to go too fast here. Alright, so my sump tank is just about at capacity. Looks like we can go about 4 or 5 more inches, so we'll let that go for a little bit longer. And then I've got a 55-gallon drum here. We'll use this, and then we'll use this little 25-gallon one to get the remainder of the water out. And then once I get the IBC container out of here, I'm going to turn it into a big grow bed. So if anybody's wondering what I'm going to do with it. So we're going to pause it. I'm going to do some more work off camera, and then we'll come back and check out the results. Alright, here we are, we're back, and we're about 2/3 of the way drained out. My sump tank is full now, so I had to switch over to my 55-gallon drum here. And it's about 2/3 of the way full. So I actually might have to go inside and grab one of my other 55-gallon drums. So, oh, and I did wind up cutting this off. So we're going to redo that because the fish tank's actually going to be closer to like maybe here, this area-ish. I should be able to fit 4 or 5 of these out here as well. And then I did cover this thing up with some green shade cloth. And just use some zip ties to connect it. But I'll clean that up later. So yeah, we'll come back when this thing's done and I'll move it out of the way. Okay, here we are, we're back. We got most of the water drained out. There's probably 10 or 15 gallons down there, so I'm just going to drag this out. I've already pulled it away from the wall and disconnected all the plumbing, as you can see here. So we're going to set the tripod down here, and I'm going to drag this out and dump it over. And I'm going to leave it upside down, that way it doesn't fill up with bugs. Alright, there we go. Fish tank number 1, or IBC container number 1, removed. So I'm going to clean up this mess on the ground right here, and then we're going to come back and start the install. Alright, here we are, we're back. We got the area cleaned up. I just got the hose out and sprayed off the ground here. I discovered something interesting back here. I used to have my wastewater line for my water filter system running back here, and I kept getting leaks, like something was chewing through it. And I never saw any rats or anything, but when I pulled that tote out of there was rabbit poop all over back there. So the culprit were wild rabbits. And if rabbits are my only pest, then I think I'm doing alright. Rabbits can't climb and they can't jump very high, so I don't have to worry about my garden. Alright, so I got this foam here. I cut this 30 by 30 squared, and I'm going to place that on the ground, and I'm going to put the fish tank on top of that, so it'll act as like a little bit of insulation and maybe protect the bottom from getting damaged. I just got to figure out where I want it. So this needs to be about center, because that's where the fish tank solid lift overflow is going to be. So kind of eyeball it. And I want it kind of close to the wall also. So, I'll pull back my way a little bit. Okay. Now we got placed the fish tank. And voila. Okay. So, actually I think I'm going to push it out against the wall because I don't want to have this big gap here for this thing to, for someone to grab onto it, yank it. So, we're going to scoot it out. Once I replace that IBC with another one of these, then we can rearrange the drain system. So maybe a little further. We'll try that, see how that looks. There we go. And square it up a tiny bit. And that's where I've got the drain here, so we're going to go off a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to square this up off camera so you don't have to watch. It's kind of boring. Alright, so here we are, we're back. I've got it placed where I want it. I've got the solid lift overfill lined up with my drain. And just off camera over here, I have some PVC pieces. I'm going to glue those in place. And we're going to get the solid lift overflow installed. And we're going to get that going. So maybe I'll get the camera a little bit closer so you guys can see. So there we go, there's a little bit better view. So we're going to glue this piece. We're going to glue on an elbow right here. And the glue's been sitting for a while, so the lid's on there pretty good, so I need to cheat a little bit. Just happen to have a wrench right here. And I'm just using regular old PVC cement from the hardware store, nothing fancy. And I'm only gluing the pipes that are on the outside. So once I get inside the fish tank, I'm just going to dry fit everything, because if it's leaking, I don't care if it leaks inside the fish tank. So, pop this guy on, and I like to twist these as I place them on. It seems to seal a lot better than if you don't twist it. If you just push it straight on, you wind up with little leaks. They usually do seal themselves over time because there are small particles in the water that get jammed in there. And then next, we're going to put our pipe through the uniseal here. I'm actually going to remove it and take it inside and clean it real good because there's some stuff inside there. So we'll come back to that. Alright, now we're back. We got our uniseal cleaned. And we're going to press this guy through and get some little bit of water on there. And just so you guys know, it never ever goes in that easy, ever. So if you're doing this at home and it doesn't go together very easily after you watch me do it, I just got lucky, that's all. Okay, so next, shoot, I'm not going to be able to twist this while I put it together. Let's pull it back out. Oh no, I don't want to do that either. We'll just glue it, press it in. Maybe we can wiggle the bottom part or something. So we gotta rotate. There we go. Alright, stick some glue on there. Make sure I have enough. Yep, I've got plenty on the inside to get to. So we'll just put a little bit of glue on that. And then press these together. There we go. Now, get my level out, make sure that this is halfway level. It's kind of hard to tell with the okay, so this end is higher, that's what I want. Push it in a little further. Okay, that ought to do. Alright, while that's drying, let's get our solid lift overflow. And we're just going to reuse the one that I have. And the way I made this, I wouldn't do it this way. This was expensive. I wasn't thinking about it. You could easily just get a 3-inch or 4-inch PVC end cap and then drill a hole in it for the 1.5-inch PVC. These pieces were like, I think this was $25 for these little reducers, and then I butchered it and cut up a bunch of little slots in there. But let's get that in there and see how it sits. I'm gonna have to cut it down, I'm sure. Oh, maybe not. It's actually not long enough. So I'm gonna have to do some adjustments with this. I'll do that off camera and then we'll come back. Alright, here we go. We got the solid lift overflow installed in here. And I'll take the camera off so you guys can look in there and see for yourself. See what I did. So there we go so far. Now I need to do something with the inlet line, this guy here. So we're gonna have to cut that up and reconfigure that. That shouldn't be too hard. And I'm gonna have it so that when it goes in here, instead of just going straight down into the water, I'm gonna have it going at a 45 so that the water swirls on the inside. We'll stand back here and get you a better look. Alright, so I'm gonna mess around with that and then we'll come back once I come up with something. I'm thinking though, maybe drilling a hole here and having it go in here, but we'll see. I'll think about that off camera and then we'll come back. Okay, so while I was thinking of that, I decided to put down some pavers here to act as a base. And then we'll have our foam on top of that. So it'll look something like this. And then we'll throw the tank on there and see what it looks like. Alright. So looks like that's going to work good. So let's push the foam. Need to level out that foam piece. And then we'll start with the fill line. But I think that ought to do. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that'll work. I like that. So let me go get a small hole saw and we'll drill our fill line and get that going. And then we'll come right back. Alright, so here we go. I think we're all done now We've got the solid lift overflow installed. I've got it centered the best I could here. We've got the drain. And let's see, we've got the fill line. I have it here at an angle so that it goes down inside. I'll show you guys here. It goes down, so hopefully the water will rotate around. And then I've got my air lines here with 2 large air stones on it. And I think without further ado, we're going to hit the switch, turn the power on this guy, and see what happens. So, drum roll. I'll take the camera off and give you guys a closer look. Alright, we got water going in now. I'm a little bit nervous about that bulkhead down at the bottom, so keep an eye on that. So we'll let this run for a while. And we get my lid. And voila. You can see here I cut a hole right here in this little flat spot in the corner so that I could run the pipe in at an angle there. Hopefully that works. So we'll let that run for a few hours or so, and I'll work on getting this water put back in the system too. It's really nasty, so I want to filter it. I may pump it through one of the grow beds up there and use that to capture all the solids. I think that's what I'll do. I'll do that off camera though, and then we'll come back and see what the results are. Alright, here we are. We're all done. We got everything sorted out. We got the fill lines. Everything's working. The tank is full of water. The solid lift overflow is working. Don't have any leaking right now. The uniseal is sealed, bulkhead fittings sealed, and we will pop off the camera and give you guys a closer look so you can see inside. So there we go. Filled all the way up. No leaks on the drain here anywhere. It's all completely dry. Alright, and we still have our lid. One more swing around so you can see everything. Here's the fill line going in at an angle right here so that it can cause a swirling effect inside. So I'm thinking I could fit 3 or 4 of these puppies out here. So we'll just have to save up and buy another one here in the next month or so, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll get rid of this and replace it with a couple of these. So let me put you back on the tripod. Okay. So here it is, we're all done. If you guys have any questions or comments, post those down at the bottom. Hit that like button, subscribe, click the little bell button next to subscribe, and you'll get a notification each time I upload another video if you're interested in following along with any of my projects. Gosh, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, keep building.